Peace, light, love, blessings, and blessings to you. My name is Neve Sankofa, and I want to talk to you a couple of minutes about retrieving the essence of our sensory perceptions, right? I.e., that feeling, right? So as we merge even more intentionally the worlds of Black liberation, of, Black Indigenous futures, of anti-racist practices, of embodied liberation. As we merge these worlds and we begin to work with parallel communities, and we begin to see our liberatory actions as, parts and pieces to an entire liberatory puzzle, as the womanist theory and theology teaches us that, my liberation is not separate from anyone else's liberation, and my liberation work is not done until everyone is liberated. Everybody has the opportunity to be liberated. So as we're along that journey, and as we're working in community with each other, I just want to remind us that we may not have the same language for the ways in which we approach the work, but we have other tools in which we can engage each other and find articulation and similarity and spaces of connection and deep resonance. And so our feelings are needing our attention in a more intentional way. Often we approach and look at our feelings from a perspective of, is this what I like, or is this what I don't like? This feeling I like, I have a protocol. This feeling I do not like, I got a protocol, right? To keep us in a space of being comfortable. And my offering in this very short chat is that part of the liberatory work is liberation from the idea that our feelings are uninvited and unwelcome guests if they don't show up the way that that we're trying to hold ourselves, right? So befriending feelings. And I want to just give a short scenario in which I am observing this particular aversion to feeling in spaces of liberation, in spaces of facilitation towards Black liberation, towards equity. There is a bringing of information and a gifting of knowledge that is devoid of feeling, of sensory wisdom. And there's lots of wisdom that exists in our body, and the way our body and our intuition it tries to add to the bodies of knowledge that we have learned. We have to be willing to allow those feelings to come forward and come through us, for us to actually feel them again. And so let's talk about the feeling that I see most often, which is, it often looks like this: a withdrawal, right? And I can always tell that something said or done in the space is bouncing up against the borders of someone's comfortability. And it's not just that it may be uncomfortable, it may also be that it is signaling you that what is being talked about is not in alignment with your deep principles, or it may be bringing up some things that have been placed within you that need to be uprooted and reevaluated and shifted. I now and forever recommend a sitting with feelings, a sitting with reaction to feelings on a regular basis. If that is a 3-minute writing, if that is jotting down something in the midst of a conversation, if there's feelings coming up, like I had a feeling when someone said this, and go back and analyze that. Analyze, what do I need to process my feelings? What would it take for me to be so comfortable with the resonance of my own feelings that I can articulate those and bring those into a liberatory conversation, right? So that is my short and sweet. Just attention, like attention is like, on behalf of feelings, please pay attention to me, right? So, just inviting us into a practice of being aware, starting to become aware when we are feeling, or when our feelings are trying to get our attention, and putting a little space in our practice to listen to those feelings and to really to learn our patterns of feelings, and to just get a little deeper on this embodied liberation journey. So peace, love, and light. Get your tools together. Have tools available. Have a haven, people you can talk to if you need to, as you're doing this exploration, so you have as many tools and practices as possible to do this really sacred work that we have upon us, for our embodied liberation. Peace and love.